In a recent statement, EFF President Julius Malema emphasized the ideological ties that the party has with the ANC and the MK party. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. He underlined that the Freedom Charter serves as the three parties' shared cornerstone. Malema fiercely disputed claims that the EFF's demands are absurd, arguing instead that they are in keeping with the values stated in the Freedom Charter. Malema voiced his displeasure with Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the African National Congress, calling him illiterate and accusing him of not understanding the Freedom Charter. Said, "When you claim that the EFF demanded unreasonable things, please provide us with one item that they want that is not in accordance with the Freedom Charter." He implied that Mbalula, who has been outspoken in his condemnation of the EFF, does not have a thorough understanding of the Freedom Charter's tenets. Reflecting on previous political tensions, Malema referenced the EFF's 2016 demand that former President Jacob Zuma step down as an example of a supposedly unreasonable demand. Though the ANC ignored this proposal at the time, Malema noted the irony in the present political environment, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has been accused for selecting people with dubious credentials to government posts. Cyril Ramaphosa is so desperate that he even appoints criminals to the government. As a result, the criminals are embarrassing him, Malema said. Malema's remarks highlight a common theme in South African politics, where the debate is often dominated by allegations and counter-accusations. The purpose of the EFF leader's assertion that the ANC, MK party, and EFF have a shared history is to validate the EFF as a genuine heir to the principles of the liberation struggle. However, his sharp criticisms of the ANC leadership also highlight the deep rifts and continuous power struggles that characterize the political environment. A significant portion of the South African public, especially those who are fed up with the ANC's leadership, continue to be moved by the EFF's calls for drastic economic change and its adherence to the Freedom Charter. Malema's discourse seeks to support this alignment and cast doubt on the ANC's authority in interpreting and putting the Charter's ideals into practice. Once more, this week, the drama surfaced. Vincent Ndunge, the provincial spokesman for the MKP, said that the ANC had sent people to infiltrate the party and disrupt its activities. Some individuals, MPLs, will be addressed in the near future. You can infer from the context that these are the individuals that the ANC has sent in to undermine MK's activities, Ndunge said. The emphasis of the party, he said, was now KwaZulu-Natal, where they had exposed wolves in sheep's clothing, and they could not stand individuals who were consistently sabotaging the MKP. Fikile Mbalula, the provincial ANC spokesman, angrily denied having anything to do with the MKP's internal strife. He verified that a few MKP MPLs had been in touch with the ANC to voice their worries over purported abuse inside the party. It's true that out of the 37 MPLs in KZN MKP, at least 29 have reported experiencing severe abuse inside the MKP. These individuals also believe that their departure from the ANC was motivated by a desire to join a personal vehicle that would benefit the Zuma family. "We have their confidence," Mbalula said. He continued by saying that these MPLs had told the ANC that they were fed up with battling former President Jacob Zuma on a personal level, and that the MKP lacked the internal democracy they had experienced in the ANC. They are weary of battling former President Jacob Zuma's personal wars. Therefore, they beg that every significant decision that has to be voted on be made secret, he added. Mbalula made it clear that the ANC had not sent anybody to join the MKP, but he did admit that some former ANC members had discovered that their new political home did not have the same level of internal democracy as their old one. These are the causes for their current opening up and resistance to the prevalent significant disdain for natural justice and internal democracy. We maintain that it is not an issue for us. The ANC must not get involved, Mbalula said. A number of MKP supporters headed by former Provincial Director General Nlanhla Njidi were kept out of the Provincial Assembly building in Pietermaritzburg in June, while their 37 fellows were being sworn in as MPLs. This event set off the present conflict inside the MKP. Njidi's organization claimed that the sworn individuals were chosen from a false list that was provided to the Independent Electoral Commission of South Africa, IEC. Mdunj clarified that the problem originated from two contradictory lists that were turned in, and that some people persisted in their protests even after the situation was remedied.